20.
All good.
Yep, so we're synced up.
Yep.
Outstanding. Do you want to welcome people to our cast?
Suppose.
Rightio, so I'm AUScast, and the other voice is Anaka, and our intent is just to test our casting skills. Our intent with these casts is to provide a higher level of analysis than Honcast does, which isn't a very high bar, but we'll see how we go. If there's entertainment along the way, all the better.
Okay then, here's people Shadows, Tempest, and this is just an AP pub.
Yeah, it's just an AP pub. It's just an AP pub in Australia. Tom CK is a known fucking rager. That's pretty much the only person in this game that I know of. Apart from myself, but we'll leave it a secret who I am in this game.
There's a couple of Bro clan members I recognise from the forums, and they're pretty mediocre, should I say. But other than that, yeah, no one I really recognise, which is good.
So it's generally a fairly mediocre draft. What I'd say is, right from the outset, like I do know what happens, but I'll pretend that I don't. From the very outset, my feeling was that our team had an advantage. Oh, there we are, giving something away. I felt that that the Hellborn had an advantage because there was a Tempest, which it gives you the jungling, but also the pushing. I think the pushing was the big consideration here. Both teams have an incredible amount of burst coming out, which meant that I thought that Nymphora, Glacius, and Pyromancer were all liabilities to their team, unless they got quite a bit of early farm. And I don't know that they'll get it with these lineups. I don't think there's space for those heroes to get a lot of farm.
Especially the Nymphora. Like, the Glacius Swift, like, you look at the Legion team and you think, oh yeah, Swiftblade Glacius, like, it's an AP pub, easy going. And you even see Swiftblade running bottom. But then Glacius kind of running around, a bit indecisive. And Nymphora is still sitting in the pool.
Glacius doesn't know where he wants to go. And the reason that I'd say that'd be the case is because, as always in pubs, people aren't going to do what's best for the team. They'll do what they want to do. And so right now he's idling at mid. And I'd expect him to mid with the Monkey Kings as their friends or something. Or Virgins, as someone will point out really soon. And that actually really fucks their lanes. It really fucks their lanes quite a bit. It means that they'll win mid, but they should lose bottom. And they should win top.
Well, it's line enough for Hellborn bot. It's Shadowblade and Cross Pyro. I guess so. Like, I haven't actually seen Shadowblade play too much, but he's not exactly lane presence ++. So if the Swiftblade actually plays it conservatively, he could actually end up like breaking even fairly easily in this lane. They're going to have trouble bursting him.
I don't think that should be the case, and the reason I say that is because they just need to auto-attack him. Basically, you've got two 600 range heroes down on the bottom lane at the moment, so pretty much all they've got to do is just hit him every time he comes near the creeps. But anyway, we've got the Virgin Calls coming out.
Yeah, Virgin Calls coming out. Someone's a bit mad about their pubs being ruined, not too long too. No, well, Shadowblade's actually hasn't gone E, so he hasn't got his range, so it's essentially one melee, one ranged. So it's an interesting. So I'm thinking he was expecting the Shadowblade's obviously expecting the Swiftblade Glacius lane bottom, so he's gone the extra magic armor to help for that. But obviously that's not eventuating because Glacius is dual laning.
Up on the top lane, Nymphora's put herself out of position and she very nearly got herself killed. She's potting up at the moment, playing quite aggressively, trying to push the Silhouette out of the lane. We'll see how that goes for her. Silhouette harasses a bit harder than Nymphora from an early level.
Just a little wee bit, especially with passive up. Deadwood's playing very, very passive, as you can expect from Glacius just sitting up on his hill. And Monkey King's pretty much just free farming for that.
So what's your actual opinion on Silhouette at level 1? Because I've seen several different abilities at level 1 in pro games. I've always been in favour of the passive level 1, but that's just me.
Side lane, well, looking at this lane, they're not going to be able to kill her. Like, even if they do land to 2 spells, they're not going to be able to kill her, so the passive is actually really good, because it helps her last hit a lot better. And she needs every single last hit she can get. If she gets the ring, then she's got a bit more length. Like, she's got more armor. She's got
bit of action here up on the top lane. Flint Beast looks like being caught out. I don't think that was actually the intent of the Hellborn team there. And that's First Blood. I don't think it was the intent of the Hellborn team there. It really looked like Tempest just wanted to take that big creep camp. But
yeah. Well, he's got level 1 minions. He's just come in with the level 1 stun as well, which is a bit of nothing. But I'm guessing he's just spotted the Flint going around the trees instead of actually running down the lane.
You see that an incredible amount in pubs. People just put themselves out of position like that. You wouldn't see a professional player ever do that. You'd never see a hard carry go through the jungle like that when they know that there's a Tempest in the jungle. I mean, he could be in their jungle, mind you, but...
Well, I think it's a pretty safe assumption for that. And we see Glacius actually boarding bottom as well. And the Pyromancer just runs the wrong way. Like, completely the wrong way. And the Shadowblade just runs around like an idiot. Unsure. He doesn't know what to do. Really, there's nothing you can do about it. And then Glacius just runs straight back mid. So they've regained a bit of lane control from Swiftblade, who's actually doing pretty well. Like, gold per minute, he's actually above the Monkey King, who theoretically should be farming.
Both in terms of XP per minute and gold per minute, he's doing extremely well. He's topping XP per minute at the moment. Just behind him is Tempest. That really shouldn't be the case, and it's reflected in the overall team and gold experience.
Action top
graph.
Yep. Yeah, just to cut to top lane real quickly, the Nymphor and the Flint try and go on the Silhouette and can't kill her. Like, just one tree grappled straight out. Even at, like, 2 level 3s versus a level 4.
Yeah, and she's running pots to herself, too.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Tempest is pretty much undisturbed. And
what I was saying is, Tempest is undisturbed, but the overall golden experience graph is roughly the same. We missed a kill at mid. A good kill at mid, they dove the Deadwood.
The Deadwood pretty much just sat too passively and just let the Monkey King go on him. That's pretty much all that was. I was watching that.
So a team with the jungler shouldn't be behind on XP 4 minutes into a game. And then we see Silhouette taking a kill at top. Aren't we brilliant casters?
Oh yeah, totally. I
Right,
just didn't want to interrupt you. That was all.
No, if anything's happening, just interrupt me. But that's why we're doing this. Silhouette's time at top is actually very good, by the way. We have 2 heroes over 300 XP per minute on the Hellborn, and 2 over 300 gold per minute in the game as a whole. Oh, action at middle lane. Deadwood caught out of position here.
Again,
yep.
Again, yeah.
But he's able to get away.
Now,
however, Glacius is holding the bottle.
1 point. He took level 2 uproot at level 4.
Yep.
If he had actually taken clear cutting, he had the mana to use it, and would have just been able to cut away. And he's pretty much just going to get run down by Monkey King.
But in the longer term,
it's like something like 30, like 30 to 50.
And a smackdown here for certain on the dead. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. And
so Shadowblade and Monkey King facing off here. They're trading a few auto attacks, but they're both content to just walk away. However, trouble at the bottom lane. They're walking towards a level 6 Swiftblade. Swiftblade, yep, free kill on the Shadowblade. Simple as that. That's pub action right there.
Yeah.
Pure
the fire is. I wonder if the fire will stay in the lane. Like, he knows if if Swiftblade gets in range, he's dead. Because Swift has boots. Fire has boots too, but there is. Yeah, Swift has 10 move speed on him.
So what I'd say is that's 10 units per second. So all he has to do is, stay a reasonable distance away and he'll be fine. Having said that, he's not doing a very good job of it at the moment.
No, not at the moment.
Back at the lane, Deadwood's hit level 5. I find this interesting because it's the same level as Monkey King. Oh, and they're going on him. So Deadwood's backing off, and the Glacius is diving balls deep. Diganaka plays it. Back to the tower.
Fuck up.
Pure pub action. Balls of steel.
Mind you, I wouldn't die with the fucking tower hitting me.
That's actually
dumb.
That's something that really bothers me in Hon. The fact that you have no control over tower aggro once it's aggro on you, whereas in Dota you can affect the aggro of the tower.
Well, it wouldn't be too bad if tower AI wasn't completely like schizophrenic, because it is a bit weird. Like, it does start randomly attacking you. Hence, race towers, etc.
It's not really random. It follows. It does have a discrete targeting priority. It's just not. It's not a good one. So, for example, the fact that it follows creep AI.
Monkey King running illusions up and scaring the whole dual lane when they could just easily kill him. And they can see 2 Monkey Kings in the lane, and they see him in mid. So standard pub blaze.
Yeah,
pretty good.
As you do. So I'd expect at this stage that Hellborn would be, Legion would be getting a little bit nervous at this point about the Silhouette, because the Silhouette's been more or less uninterrupted at the top lane. She's had a successful...
Yeah, and she's also, bullying the Nymphor quite heavily.
Conversely, though, Hellborn has, pretty safe to say, lost middle and bottom lane. In fact, action at the middle lane again.
Yeah.
Getting,
Deadwood getting...
and down at bottom, the Pyro goes down again.
Yep. 10 move speed difference. Easy. Easy spin.
Comedy of errors.
Now he's thinking about it. Oh!
Blade.
Here we go. Bit of dive.
Oh, and here we are up on the top lane action. Silhouette gone on by Nymphora. Stun hits. Flint Beastwood hits. And she just grapples straight back out. Stun on the Flint.
That actually wouldn't have been such a big deal. If Nymphora didn't like deliberately position herself to get hit by the rope. I say deliberately. Like she had a choice.
It's almost impossible not to get hit by that rope though, because it just has an enormous radius on it. It's a bit of a mess standoff at the moment.
Like she could have dropped off.
Or action. Tempest being gone on by the Nymphora. And the Flint. Nymphora stun hits. Flint, one hit from death. Oh, Tempest met off.
Oh. Now, the question is, why didn't the Tempest do that earlier?
I think the real thing here is that Tempest gets away there on 10 HP, and Silhouette just gets absolutely reamed by the Monkey King. So vengeance is taken.
She's busy typing. Busy typing.
Busy typing.
Yep. Standard of trash rates.
39-40. So anyway, I actually think we're already getting to the point in the game where the Glacius is becoming a liability.
Okay, one thing I want to mention, really quickly. Nymphora TP's in. TP's in front of the tower. She's like in front of the Deadwood. And like the Pyro Man stuff. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like obviously she's putting there because they had like a massive pub train coming. And like Monkey King with DD, obviously they're gonna kill him. But little things like that. And the Nymphora stays underleveled at level 4. While the rest of the team gets XP. And she stays further and further behind. Becomes more of a liability. Little thing.
I feel like both of their supports are in that position though. Like I really feel like this Glacius with red boots is doing herself a disservice. So you could do that. In a professional game you could do that because everyone's expecting you to be underfarmed. And everyone can compensate for your play and no one's expecting big things out of you. In a pub though, that Deadwood, eventually he's going to get a PK and eventually he's just going to smack the fucking Glacius in the face and that'll be the end of it. The same thing will happen. The
Tempest going into their jungle, runs into the Monkey King, small blade.
Steel.
Although meanwhile, Swiftblade ruins an underleveled Shadowblade's day.
Yeah.
What do you think of Shadowblade as a hero? Like, I don't like him.
I just think he's slightly under-realised as a concept. So, I think the concept is basically sound, a hero that can be any 3 stats. There's nothing inherently imbalanced about that, or overpowered or underpowered. The problem is that...
Doesn't do much as a hero. Like,
well, he does several things.
Yeah,
he nukes, he gives himself extra EHP, he steals stats. The issue that I have with him... counter gank at bottom lane, Swiftblade way out of position.
Pyro a bit mad, uses ult, no problem.
Yeah, well.
I would too.
So the biggest issue I have with him is that he's not actually free to pick which stat he is. That's the... I think that severely limits him as a hero.
Oh, small plays from the Flint. But no problem, because the Monkey King makes up for it. Now, Nymphora died probably about a minute ago, top. She's running back there, again, against the same Silhouette that killed her, that is more than double her level. Silhouette.
Misses all this. This Silhouette is actually a Smurf.
Okay.
Playing on a friend's account. But yeah.
Well, Nymph hits 5. Now, here's the thing. The Sill's in a position where she could have pushed the tower. What she could have done was use those illusions, tag him into the bottom lane, and actually pull the creeps out from under him, so she gets a free wave on the tower with her. And like, or even just dive the Nymph again.
She doesn't even need both illusions to do that. And I understand why she's left the illusion there. Leaving one illusion, not a deal breaker for me, because it covers you from a gank coming from the secret shop. You only have 2 illusions, total waste. Action at the bottom lane as well. Just a bit of a trade there.
Front up.
And we'll see a kill at the top lane as well. Silhouette's just going to dive this Nymphora and kill her. But TP's coming in. Oh, doesn't matter.
TP, Glacius.
Yeah. Glacius has to be careful not to overcommit here as well. Glacius is also food for Silhouette. So, I mean, this is what I mean. These heroes are just liabilities so early. Like, a carry like Silhouette can really just feed off supports from really quite a low level.
Speaking of feeding, Monkey King?
Oh,
Pyro?
Even mine. Pyro, easy kill. This is the thing, Pyro's only defensive ability is his ability to stun. So as soon as he tries to use it offensively, or as soon as he gets put in a position where he can't time his stun and guarantee a hit, he's a free kill for someone like Monkey King. It's exactly the same thing with Nymphora. You just gotta wait for Nymphora to stun, and then she's food. Absolute food.
Yeah.
See Flint and Silhouette trading hits up here. A massive swap, there we are. TP coming in.
Oh, decent Lotus there, and a big swap away, yeah.
Yep, good play by the Silhouette there. Well, she is trying
TP? No, nothing.
Attempting to.
Attempting.
A curious decision on her part. I would actually like to have thought that she probably could have made a better attempt than that. Did she have the map for Tree Apple?
She did, but I think she thought she was further in the hole, because it's actually you avoid vision unless you specifically go above them.
So, Monkey King here with a, he's got his Soul's Ball lookout already. And Pyromancer with a world of hurt, one combo enough to kill him.
He does hit the spell though, and thus manages to tag that out. Although, both Tempest and him low HP, so understand.
And we see him coming back in for that, for the purpose of trying to pick them up. But spotted by the Tempest divisions. In at mid lane, the Glacius is playing a dangerous game, just walks past a ward.
Well, the Glacius actually been there for at least like 90 seconds. The Deadwood's just basically sitting in the lane. I'm guessing he's just having a complaint or something, because the Deadwood's been really inactive. He's trying to farm the portal gig, when realistically he should be just trying to feed off the Glacius and the Nymphora, who are really low level. Like, he could have just rooted and killed the Glacius like 3 times over.
That's nearly going to be a Shroud. Swiftblade Rossing a Shroud, and he's nearly there, honestly. Just 4 minutes of farm, he'll get it out. Meanwhile, the entire Legion team being pushed off by some Tempest
minions.
Tempest, by the way, AFKing at base just about. And appears to have skipped Portal Key. Has a Beast Heart in his inventory.
Going Vanguard. Such a Dota. Such a Dota thing.
Loves the Dota play.
Puppy Enigma goes Vanguard.
Yeah, the reason he would have done that is because he's seen the Soul's Ball that's coming out from Monkey King. And it's his only real option to survive long enough in a team fight for people to group up and lay in his ult. Something that people don't realise is that someone like Tempest, you disproportionately you get a much better effect out of your ult if you wait until people group up rather than using it as a primary initiation tool.
Okay.
And
now, team fight at top.
Lots
of spells being thrown. Pretty much, overwhelming thing here is Legion overextending. Flint nearly runs into the tower trying to get Deadwood, baited into like a really easy kill. And then Nymphora is just through. Like, almost. Now, 2 things here. One, the Tempest managed to... Where's the Tempest? He managed to get to the top team fight. The Swiftblade, however, didn't port, was near the outpost, didn't push either. He's seen that there's no TPs there, like on any of the 3 at top. He knew the Pyromancer died, and he's just seen him in mid lane now, and the Deadwood's obviously low and going back and running back.
He could have split pushed there.
He could have split pushed there, and made that team fight loss a lot less, like a lot more bearable, but instead just decided to farm Minotaurs. Like an idiot.
And destroy the Legion tower.
And we see Tempest trying to get a bit baller with pushing. And runs away from the kicking.
Walks away as soon as the TP is coming. We also see Pyro rotating up towards the top lane, running over a ward on the way there, doing one of his own.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times now. Did it at the bottom when he died. He placed a ward and then the Monkey King just killed him and then counter-warded. So
another rookie error. Another rookie error, if you will, walking down the river when you don't have sight. Speaking of which, Tempest being chased by the Monkey King.
Yeah. But
we'll be alright.
Got the stun off though.
Yeah.
It does disrupt the Monkey King's momentum.
Oh, it's such a disruptive spell against melee, is that? It's just an incredible pain in the ass to deal with. As soon as it slaps on you, you might as well kiss, any time on site goodbye.
Front up on the mid lane. This is diving
towers. It'll be a kill.
Yeah,
no, walk away.
Yep.
Monkey King's not using his surge.
Oh, Swiftblade with the Shroud, putting it to good use. Big ult on the underlevel Pyro.
He is out of position.
Oh, poor TP.
Deadwood. Balls of steel.
TP. Yeah, punches the thing, but dies. Really poor TP. Couldn't TP.
This Shadowblade, if he had have angled better on that TP, he could have turned that into a kill on the Swiftblade, but Swiftblade's cycle is cooldown. And he will be happy to go on this Shadowblade. Oh, incredibly
Shadow
low
Blade.
health.
No.
And now we see comedy of errors. In comes Tempest, wants a piece of the pie. Doesn't know there's a ward there, of course. And their whole
Well, they
team.
turn around on him. No, they're all pretty low, so I think they'd be a bit scared.
Well, pretty much whoever he
One
cast
off.
the stun on.
Yeah. Oh, meanwhile, that whole time, the silhouette pushing top lane. I'll just pause 2050. Oh well. Oh well. I'll talk about it. Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna go and smoke while you do that. Get easy.
Oh, Swiftblade's gone stats instead of more levels of counter attack. Nymphoro's gone 1-2-2-1. Trash. Okay. Alright, cool. I'll try and find that then. We're 1750? 1950. Let me...
I'm 1950, 51, 52, 53, 54. Right, so silhouette following up on the top lane. TPs.
Counter pushing, yep.
Yeah.
Swiftblade, yeah, poor TP from Deadwood. Really poor TP. Flint sitting in the back and ulting. Gets some needed farm to get off more GTM than the Glacius. The Monkey King actually ports straight in the middle of this and doesn't save the tower because he's going for the silhouette. Which is a very interesting thing. Tree grapple from the silhouette, stretched it out and actually goes back. Jukes the Monkey King like quite heavily, but does run past the tower.
Does get some farm on the way through as well.
Monkey King knows what's up. Big split. Now this is interesting because he obviously went for the wrong one. He knew he went for the wrong one. Saw the silhouette use tree grapple, but still continued to use skills on it. And
well, conversely,
obviously a bit slow. So I was sitting in mid that whole time after getting that tower, and then yeah, Tempest with the save comes in.
Tempest, interestingly, Tempest willing to walk into 3 heroes, which is essentially what he did there. Firstly, because he knew that most were willing to accept a position of relative disadvantage like that. He's got plated greaves. He's got
ring. He's pretty tanky, especially against the Monkey King. Like he's got 16 armor against the Monkey King, as well as 1200 HP. Like, I think the Monkey King's combo will do about 600-700 like total damage to him.
Hellborn. That just came into play there because they lost that team fight. Hellborn lost a tower out of that team fight going poorly, and then were able to counter push faster than they were able to heal up.
True, yeah.
It just gives you having push in your lineup, and you don't have to have it, but having it means that you can punish your team for making mistakes like that a little bit more. And see a bit of ninja jungle action here.
The Swiftblade not wanting a piece of it, which is interesting because the Swiftblade has his ult up, he has Shroud up, he could feasibly like lurk around for a kill, especially on that Deadwood who is under farm.
He'd have to lurk for quite a while though, because he won't want to ulti anywhere near those elementals.
Yeah.
That's up at the top lane. Yeah.
Glacius trying to duke into the cliff, just realises it's on, you can't really jump off cliffs to get away from silhouette. Monkey King and Flint trying to do something about it, but straight out of vision, easy.
We've also got a very nice ward. We've seen a lot of wards out of this Crystal Maiden. We've already talked about it. We've already talked about the fact that
Interesting. 4-man dive on top, but 1 TP coming in. Deadwood. Root goes down. Now the Flints died. That's 1. From a dive on the top tower. Monkey King's probably going to get away because this Deadwood's not throwing his log too quickly. Special shout out to the Nymph. Like, she managed to actually juke. Yeah, she's like, the Sil knows where she is, but managed to get away. TP's back to the mid lane to try and help the Monkey King maybe. Tags
and succeeds. Very, very good awareness by the Nymphora there. As I was saying before though, action down on the bottom lane. Tempest and Shadow Blade running.
Big
Tempest turns and completely misses his ultimate.
Oh dear. Oh dear. The Glacius did really well there. Like, he died from creeps, but he actually did really well there. He put out like a lot of damage.
To be perfectly honest, the Tempest just did really poorly there. The Tempest, right idea, just horrible execution. There was actually some ulti of the year. There was actually some lag in this game. Silhouette was having some lag issues as well. It wasn't the best of servers. Let's try to PA. Can we get a PA? We can't. It's a replay.
Now, Legion could warm up for a potential push on bot, because the Flint's going, but the Flint, like 172 gold per minute, less XP per minute than the Glacius. Like, I think it's pretty poor. While Silhouette split pushing top quite hard, and I think she'll get that tower unless they do a mass port in.
Well, she's got her nullstone up, so she won't be concerned about any one person on their team. That's pretty much one of the advantages of having a nullstone.
Now, big swap. Big play from Silhouette there. Actually, put the swap illusion out, send it back, and made sure the tower was going to go down. Baited them all into trying to kill her, and then swapped out straight away. So, really, really well played.
Swiftblade gets a free kill on the Pyromancer, however. And this is going to keep happening. Pretty much. He auto kills pretty much 3 or